How do I work with all these crazy people? Episode 8, You. Welcome back to another LinkedIn First video. This is Troy Stone King. Thanks for watching. LinkedIn First means I put it on LinkedIn before I put it on any other social channels, and this topic is designed for the LinkedIn audience. So here it is, episode 8 of How Do I Work with All Those Crazy People, and we're talking about you. In other words, you need to know about you. If you don't understand yourself, you can't be successful in other relationships. If I don't know me, then I can't know how to work well with others. So let me give you some suggestions on how to learn a little bit more about you. Here's the first one. Find out what gives you energy and what drains energy from you. For example, I get energy when I'm standing on stage speaking in front of people. But for others, that's exhausting or draining or scares them to death. I gain energy when I am mentoring people in running, in physical running. I don't lose energy, I gain it. It's crazy how that works. You know where I lose energy? When I'm in a meeting and there's a lot of debating. I used to love debating, but as I've grown, debating's not my thing anymore. Or situations where people are not really working toward making a decision. They're just debating on topics. Drains my energy. I'm okay with meetings where we're being decisive and we're trying to solve a problem. But the other kind of meetings where it's just debate and there's no action, not my thing. Okay, so here's a second thing that you can do to learn more about yourself so you can work better with others. Discover whether you are an extrovert, an introvert, or an ambivert. So you understand, everybody's heard of extrovert and introvert, right? Extrovert, these are the boisterous personalities. They have lots of energy. They're excited. They love spending time with people. They're conversationalists and so on. Introverts, they get their energy from time alone. They're not comfortable in group situations. They don't like parties. They're not highly sociable. Not that they don't like people. They just like people in small doses. Or an ambivert, which is a term I learned just a few years ago. An ambivert is someone who has tendencies of both an introvert and an extrovert. You know, I thought for most of my life that I was an extrovert, but what I discovered was I'm an ambivert. I love being on stage. I love working with groups. I love leading groups. But I still need that time alone to regain and recenter my own energy. Here's the third way you can learn about yourself in order to work better with others. Discover your personality type. What kind of personality do you have? And this means taking some kind of personality test or a combination of personality tests. Some examples of personality tests that you might take would be the DISC personality test. I love the DISC test. Myers-Briggs you can use for that. The Enneagram, the 4 personality types. Take any or one of those, or Gretchen Rubin's 4 tendencies to learn about your personality type. If you learn about your personality type, you can understand better how you work with others and how to improve those relationships. Here's the number 4 way. Learn how you process your own emotions. What is your default reaction when someone says something that causes you to be angry? What is your default response when someone says something that causes you to be uncomfortable? Learn how you process your own emotions when you're afraid. How do you process the emotion of excitement? How do you process the emotion of embarrassment? Think through how you deal with your own emotions. Now, following up on that, if you discover that there are ways that you deal with your emotions that you don't like, then you need to work through the process of changing those reactions. Here's the number 5 way to learn about yourself to improve how you work better with others. Learn how you react to the emotions of others. So following up on how do I react to my own, how do I react to others? How do I react when I'm in a meeting and someone suddenly gets angry about something that was said? How do I react when someone I know is excited about their own success? How do I react when someone in my work environment is told to do something and they express fear? How do I react to that? How do I help them, or how do I shrink back away from them? You know, you could literally list this down, write this down on a piece of paper. How I process my own emotions and how I react to the emotions of others. And here's the sixth way to understand yourself to work better with others. How do I approach conflict? How do I approach conflict? Am I comfortable in a conflict situation? Am I okay if I have to have a hard conversation with one of my teammates, or with my boss, or someone who reports to me? Or do I just kind of let things sit and hope that they get better on their own? Do I approach conflict comfortably with a little apprehension, or do I do my best to completely avoid all forms of conflict? You see, understanding yourself leads to success in understanding and relating to others. So, quick review. This is How Do I Work with All Those Crazy People? Episode 8, You got to know yourself to succeed in relationships with others. Quickly, here are the 6 things you need to do. 1, find out what gives you energy and what drains your energy. Write down things that excite you and things that make you tired, that drain you out. Understand that. Number 2 was to discover whether you're an extrovert, an introvert, or an ambivert. So you know where you need to go in order to get that energy back. Number 3, figure out your personality type. Take a few personality tests like DISC or Myers-Briggs or the Enneagram, or the 4 personalities, or the 4 tendencies from Gretchen Rubin. Number 4, get an understanding how you process your own emotions. Number 5, get an understanding of how you process the emotions of others. And number 6, learn about how you approach conflict. Thank you, my friends, for taking the time to watch this LinkedIn First video. Go back and watch the other episodes, please, so you can understand where I am coming from, especially the introduction. And if you want more about kind of how I relate to people on a personal level in marital relationships or self-improvement, you can check me out over on over on Facebook, or catch my videos that are on my LinkedIn channel. See, no, I'm saying this wrong. I do this in one take. Can you tell? My videos are also available on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Troy Stoneking. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.